Oxygen. It's the lifeblood of our planet, the silent partner in every breath we take, every combustion engine that roars, every fire that crackles. We rarely think about it, this invisible, odorless gas that sustains us. But imagine for a moment if it vanished. Not for long, just 5 seconds. A blink of an eye in the grand scheme of things. What would happen? The answer is more dramatic, more far-reaching than you might think. 5 seconds without oxygen, it doesn't sound like much. Hold your breath, count to 5, easy, right? But this is different. This is the entire planet, every nook and cranny, suddenly devoid of this crucial element. The air, normally a comforting presence, becomes instantly alien. Every organism that relies on oxygen for survival, which is to say almost all life on Earth, would experience a jolt, a hiccup in the delicate machinery of life. Imagine the skies. Birds, mid-flight, would suddenly plummet. Insects, their delicate wings rendered useless, would fall to the ground. Airplanes, their engines sputtering and dying, would begin their uncontrolled descent. The silence would be profound, broken only by the whoosh of falling objects and the confused cries of animals. But the effects go far beyond the obvious. This is about more than just holding your breath for 5 seconds. This is about the very fabric of our world, held together by chemical bonds that rely on oxygen. For us humans, the immediate impact would be disorienting. A sudden tightness in the chest, a feeling of panic as our bodies realize something is terribly wrong. Our brains, starved of oxygen, would start to malfunction. Coordination would falter, vision would blur. 5 seconds might not be enough to cause lasting damage in most cases, but it would be a stark warning of our fragility. But the human impact goes beyond our own biology. Imagine the chaos in hospitals, where patients on oxygen machines would suddenly be deprived of their lifeline. Surgeries, delicately poised, would be thrown into disarray. The technological scaffolding that underpins our modern lives would begin to crumble. The world for those 5 seconds would be a tableau of near misses and silent tragedies. A car swerving off the road as the driver loses consciousness. A construction worker hundreds of feet in the air suddenly losing his grip. It would be a snapshot of how quickly our seemingly solid world can be upended. It's not just the animal kingdom that would suffer. Plants, the silent architects of our atmosphere, rely on oxygen for respiration. While they produce oxygen through photosynthesis, they also consume it to break down sugars and release energy. For those 5 seconds, this delicate balance would be disrupted, but the impact goes beyond the living. The very ground beneath our feet relies on oxygen. Soil, teeming with microscopic life, depends on oxygen for decomposition and nutrient cycling. Even rocks over eons are weathered by oxygen, shaping the landscapes we know. For 5 seconds, these processes would grind to a halt, a subtle but significant disruption of the planet's natural rhythms. Section 4. The built world crumbles: concrete, glass, and combustion. The built world, our monuments to human ingenuity, would also bear the brunt of oxygen's disappearance. Concrete, one of the most common building materials, relies on oxygen for its strength. Without it, the chemical bonds that hold concrete together would weaken, causing structures to crack and crumble. Glass, another ubiquitous material, is also oxygen-dependent. Without oxygen, its structure becomes unstable, leading to shattering and collapse. And then there's combustion. Cars, planes, power plants, all grind to a halt as the essential element for burning fuel vanishes. The world, for those 5 seconds, would be plunged into a silent darkness. Section 5. The Silent Symphony, a world without sound. Sound, as we know it, depends on the vibration of air molecules. And air, of course, is largely composed of oxygen. Without oxygen, the air becomes thinner, less able to transmit sound waves. The world for those 5 seconds would be eerily silent. No birdsong, no rustling leaves, no roar of traffic, just a profound, unsettling quiet. Imagine the disorientation, the sudden inability to hear your own voice, the footsteps of others. It would be a stark reminder of how much we rely on the unseen, the unheard, to navigate our world. Section 6. The Invisible Hand: Oxygen and our planet's equilibrium. The disappearance of oxygen, even for a short time, would highlight the interconnectedness of everything on Earth. The atmosphere, the oceans, the land, all are linked through complex cycles that rely on oxygen. It's a delicate balance, easily disrupted. Climate, too, is inextricably linked to oxygen. Photosynthesis, the process by which plants produce oxygen, is a crucial carbon sink, helping to regulate the Earth's temperature. Without oxygen, this process would cease, potentially accelerating climate change. Section 7. Hidden consequences beyond the obvious. The loss of oxygen would have consequences that extend beyond the obvious. The Earth's crust, composed largely of oxides, would become unstable. Metals exposed to the air would instantly rust. The ozone layer, which protects us from harmful ultraviolet radiation, would begin to dissipate. And then there are the unpredictable consequences, the ripple effects that we can't even begin to fathom. The delicate balance of ecosystems, the intricate web of life, all would be thrown into disarray. Section 8. A universe unglued. Oxygen's cosmic significance. Oxygen's importance extends beyond our planet. It's the third most abundant element in the universe, forged in the hearts of stars. It's a building block of water, a key ingredient for life as we know it. The loss of oxygen, even for a fleeting moment, would be a cosmic hiccup, a reminder of our place in the grand scheme of things. It would underscore our dependence on this fundamental element, not just for our own survival, but for the very existence of the universe as we know it. Section 9. In 5 seconds, a lifetime of understanding. 5 seconds. It's a blink of an eye, a fleeting moment in the vastness of time. But in those 5 seconds, without oxygen, we would learn more about our world, our universe, and ourselves than we ever could from years of study. It would be a crash course in the fragility of life, the interconnectedness of everything, the profound importance of the unseen. It would be a wake-up call, a reminder that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. Conclusion. Our fragile dependence, oxygen. We take it for granted, this invisible gas that sustains us. But imagine just for a moment, if it were to vanish, even for 5 seconds. The world, as we know it, would be irrevocably changed. We would be left gasping for breath, both literally and figuratively. It would be a stark reminder of our fragile dependence on this life-giving element, a humbling lesson in the delicate balance of our planet, our universe, and ourselves.